So I've come to my second row of colour work, and I'm going to be using this colour to work a group in this space here. So I want to do my last yarn over of my last stitch in this colour using this yarn. So what I'm going to do is, to make sure that this yarn is in the right place, I'm going to float it across to my right. I'm going to float it across the front of my work because this is the wrong side of my cushion. This is the wrong side of my work. I can tell this because I've got the wrong side of the stitches in row 1 facing me. So I'm going to work the last stitch in this colour over the top of the orange colour. So I'm just going to work the last stitch, but the last yarn over we are going to do in this orange colour. So if I just yarn over and pull through, I am now ready to start working the next group in this colour. I'm going to be floating this yarn across the front of my work because, like I said, we're on the wrong side of our work. So I'm just going to yarn over and crochet over that and that strand of yarn. So I've worked over my float, which I'm going to be carrying across the front of this row. Now, when it comes to the second group, you will notice that we've got the float from the previous row going across the back of our work. Now you can just leave it there and just crochet over like this, like this, but I like to pick it up. So what I do is this. I like to crochet over my float, this is my float, but I like to pick up and go under the float from the previous row. So I'm actually going to go under there and crochet over it. So you can see what I've done is I've crocheted over my float and I've actually picked up the float from the previous row and crocheted over it. And this is because sometimes those floats, they tend to kind of work their way up, and sometimes you can see them from the right side. So what I like to do is to crochet over them, and then you might see like a tiny bit at the edges, but mostly from the right side you can't see them. So I'm going to crochet over my float and over the float, go under the float from the previous row. And sometimes you will have 2 floats. So you'll be crocheting over a float and picking up 2 floats from the previous row if you've had to carry 2 colours across. So I'm just going to do that across the remainder of my row. So this is what it should look like from the wrong side. And then from the right side, obviously you can't see any of those floats.